Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to After Dark and the Dr. John Show. We're going to be doing some Blog Talk Radio election coverage, as well as hopefully speaking with some people about the election that's going on and figuring out, digging down and finding out who's got the best show and who deserves to win this election and what is the election. So we'll get to our first caller here, 936. You're on the air with Dr. John.
Yes, Dr. John, this is Todd Morris here with the Blog Talk Radio presidential election. And thank you for inviting me here on your program tonight. It's great to be back here.
Thank you. I'm very appreciative that you came with such short notice. What can you tell me about the election? Who's the primary people to watch, and what are they going for? What do they win?
Well, the candidates as it stands right now running for Blog Talk Radio late night president and vice president would be Mr. Midnight Movie and Jewish producer of the Midnight Movie Experience and the No White Guilt show here on Blog Talk. Also, Desert Rose running for Blog Talk Radio president, as well as Vince in the Bay. Goofy Bone is also in the running for Blog Talk Radio president, late night president, as well as myself, Todd Morris. I am running for Blog Talk Radio president as well. And Dr. John,
wow,
why not we include you in this election as well?
I don't know how long the election's been going on, but I just heard about it, and I'm just getting back to doing shows now. So, I'd be up for a race. I just feel like I'd be way far behind because I just found out about it. So, so what is your main show that you do that you're running for president for?
Well, I represent the greatest of all time here on Blog Talk Late Night, or as many people know, Prankville USA.
Oh, and, yeah.
Yes, that's our program there, and we're just basically running to stay in control of Blog Talk. Our former boss, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, was the former Blog Talk Late Night president, and
okay.
I'm running to keep Mr. Flair's dreams alive here.
Nice. Okay, so this is the thing I've been wondering, and I don't know if other people have been wondering it too, but is there any affiliation with the actual Blog Talk Radio? Are they sponsoring this, or is there a website we can go to follow this?
Yes, you can actually vote right now, ladies and gentlemen, by going to btrpresident.blogspot.com. That is where all of the voting is taking place, and basically to follow the election, you have to follow Blog Talk Late Night programming. Most all of the hosts here on Late Night are involved in this election. So if you follow any number of the programs, you'll more than likely get caught up quick with all the latest developments with the late night election.
We were trying to reach out to Goofy Bone and see if we could get him in time. I don't think we can get him in time. I think he went to bed or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Goofy Bone. He's probably butthurt because his campaign was suspended by the board of directors because there's fear that he's been tampering with the voting there on the Blogspot website. So shit happens. Goofy, get over it. Get over it.
Wow. If anybody would like to call in today, you're absolutely welcome to do so. 909-533-8302 is going to be the call-in number. And I got to say, Nature Boy is a character that I would love to see on Saturday Night Live or Mad TV. Like, that's how funny he is. And I'm a hard person to make laugh, but Nature Boy is pretty funny. And I've bounced around and listened to a bunch of shows over the last maybe 2 years, and he always seems to sneak on and get in the middle of shows, and it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Nature Boy definitely has his moments here on Blog Talk. So yeah, very, very, very proud of him.
There you go. Jeep Girl, we want to say hi to everybody in the chat room. Cyber Monkey, Jeep Girl, obviously Prankville, but Prankville's on the phone. So We got heavy competition at the 2:30 hour. I saw there was a bunch of spirituality shows, and the face of Blog Talk Radio at 2 in the morning has really changed. Because I remember when I was here a year ago, it was a lot different.
Oh yeah.
So
it was practically dead by the time that you would come on the air.
Yeah, and now it's a whole plethora of fun. Definitely. Yeah. All right. So, anything in the news for you? Anything going on besides the election?
Not really. Just been busy with that. I am glad to see you back on the air. I was meaning to speak with you and see, are you going to be, making a full-time return back here to Blog Talk?
I'm definitely going to. For those of you that don't know, what we'd gotten involved with a year ago was all the Occupy stuff, and we got really, really heavily involved with Occupy Wall Street, and then Occupy the whole movement, and things just fell apart, and they got really nasty. And in Oakland, they were tear gassing all of us and different protesters, and the police were just beating up people. And after everything I saw, I saw people, like, eating out of garbage cans, and I did a bunch of interviewing of homeless people that were, like, living in bathrooms and just horrific conditions. And after everything I saw, I finally came home to my home state, which is the Midwest, and I'd seen too much. Like, normally my show, it mixed politics, but there was some humor, and I had people come on. Like, the humor was just gone. I couldn't find anything funny for a while. Like, it was just very serious and a huge wake-up call. And I want to get back into it. There's a lot going on, and there's definitely, with the Romney campaign and with the Obama campaign, there's no shortage of jokes and laughs that you can pull on right now. So, yeah, I want to get back into it and, find that happy place again.
Oh, yeah. We would.
I don't know. One other thing that sucks, though, is if you leave Blog Talk Radio and you come back, they delete all your music. That part sucks for me. I'm not happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. The extent of it was not only did I quit doing Blog Talk Radio, like everything with adult entertainment that I'd done, I quit that too. Just all of it. Quit doing everything. So, I don't know. It's like it was like life hit the reset button on me, and I don't know. Jeep Girl's asking what's up with the sex toys. My background is a history in adult entertainment, and I have a deal with Amazon.com. They sponsor the adult store. So when you go and you purchase any adult toys at thegigapig.com, or through Amazon, we have a store there, then that funds the show. That's how I'm returning to 2-hour shows. They're going to sponsor it, and they're doing some deal over on YouTube, too, with Red Bull. So that should be next month that all that's done. But that's who the toys come from. They're discreetly delivered by Amazon, and that's what it's for. It'll pay for this, basically. I think, isn't there their executive package or whatever it is on Blog Talk Radio? It's like it's $2,000 or something like that. Like, you can get a couple hours, and then it's like $49. Then it goes up to $200, and then their premiere package or something is like $2,000. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to pay $2,000 a month just to run a Blog Talk Radio show. You got to really seriously think this is big time radio.
Yeah.
$2,000 a month.
You really, really do. And like I was telling you, and if anybody else has a show, is I took all my content from last year and I turned it into movies, and I threw it up on YouTube. And right now I'm getting about $1.50 a view. So that's something people can consider. Yeah, absolutely. You take them, you download the MP3s, and then you throw them into a movie. I don't know if you're aware of how to do that, but it's pretty simple. You just throw a picture in there so that the picture or video overlays the audio of what you made up Blog Talk Radio. You bump that over to YouTube, and you click monetize on all of them. And as your hits grow, I'm up to 10,000 views right now, which isn't that much, but, at 53 cents to $1.50 a hit, it's not bad. It's, $4 to $5 grand.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
you can keep rolling with that. So I don't know. I reached out to HME Radio. They worked a little bit with Occupy in Las Vegas, and they said like the cops were being really mean to homeless people, and I was happy to touch base with them, and they said the same thing, that I should just jump back into it. So that's what I'm going to do, obviously with a lot better content than today's show, which I didn't even know I was going to do until I heard about the election. But I want to know more about it and touch base with you, so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and, I would
do you still do,
oh,
I wanted to do our ultimate prank. Can you do three-way? I don't know if you can.
Actually, on the current line that I'm on, I'm not able to. The original line that I would have used is actually not here with me. So
I don't know if I can do it, and I don't want to hang up on you. Like, I think I can do it, but I don't know if I can, and I don't want to hang up on you. So, all right, we'll save the ultimate prank for another day unless somebody calls in with three-way, because we have a really awesome prank call to do.
Well, Desert, call in. Jeep Girl, call in. Cyber Monkey, call in. All of you, please.
Yeah, what happened to their trolls they were going to throw on this show to see if we could handle it?
Oh, yeah, I know.
I keep looking at the studio board and there's nothing here. I got a question. I don't know if you knew him. Did you, or have you seen Gangster Ace since then? Or do you know who he is?
Yeah, he's been over on the Debbie Daly show. He actually came over there quite a bit, and then I guess he got arrested again and put back in jail, and he was claiming that the KKK were threatening him. But he did mention that he was a former co-host of yours here on the program, and that was about all that I could really get from that guy. Kind of talking a lot.
Sure. I'll reach out to him too and see what can be done. I don't know. I feel bad. I'll throw something like a full show together tomorrow and do it a lot better, because I don't know. This was just spur of the moment. Very spur of the moment.
But it does give us somewhere to go and hang out and have a good time tonight. Oh, yeah.
It is, but we can't do prank calls. That's the bad thing.
Yeah. We need someone to call in and help us do prank calls. Will any of you guests or Bob, USMC, like you like to do pranks? Anybody with the name Bob likes to do pranks. Call in.
Yes, call in 909-533. Oh, here we go. Hopefully someone with three-way. 904, you're on the air. 909-533. Oh, here we go. Hopefully someone with three-way. 904, you're on the air. Oh, there's the echo. We gotta wait for the delay so they know they're on the air. 904. Oh, there's the echo. We gotta wait for the delay so they know they're on the air.
You're already live.
I don't know. I just can't handle it. It's too much. The trolls. I'm gonna give up and cry now. Watch the trolls. All right. Anyway, I don't know. So I'm gonna shoot off to some worldviews and see if anybody has any input on these. Do you think that we should get involved with any of the stuff that's going on in Syria? Do you think that we should get out of Afghanistan? And do you think that we should do anything about the nuclear conflict that's pretty much coming up in Iran? Would be my political topics of the night. I don't know. I think that we should not be in Afghanistan. I think we should pull all of our troops home. I think that Iran's a very scary deal. They're at like 20% yields right now for nuclear weapons, if anybody follows this stuff. Nobody really in my age group normally follows politics to a huge extent, but I do, and I have for a long time. But I think that Iran's a very scary deal, and I think that if Romney's elected, and I don't want to offend any Romney supporters, but he wants to basically go poke a stick at a hornet's nest over with Iran, and that's pretty scary stuff, because it's one conflict that might not turn out so well. I think we got very fortunate with Iraq that there weren't weapons of mass destruction, and I don't think we'd be so lucky with Iran, because if they're saying 20% yields on nuclear, they're probably closer to 80 or 90 or all the way done. But that's that. 904. We're gonna jump over to 347. You're on the air.
Hey, it's Abrith again. It's nice to be back on the air with Todd. I just talked to him 2 hours ago on Desert Rose's show.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome. How's it going?
Yeah, I caught the end of Rose's show, and I see Rose and everybody else in the chat room. I'm not there, though, and I figured, I've calmed down a little bit. I'll call. I heard you were talking about Afghanistan and Occupy Wall Street, so I figured I'd call in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your point of views on anything or anything you want to talk about?
Well, people ask me, what my political views are, and I tell them I'm an independent, and, then I start to talk to them about issues. They're like, no, you're a Democrat. And I tell them the reason I'm independent isn't because I'm torn between the Democrats and the Republicans. It's because I'm so liberal, and I don't feel like the Democrats are liberal enough. And Afghanistan's one of those things. I mean, I love Obama. I think he's done a great job. I'm going to vote for him again. But why are we in Afghanistan? We need to get the hell out of there.
I think you raised a good point. I mean, Bin Laden's dead, and yes, there's other Al-Qaeda, but there's other Al-Qaeda all over the world, probably already in the United States. So
right.
I think it's pretty naive to think that they're all located in little mountainy huts over there. So
yeah, I'll give Obama credit, because I remember when Bush Jr. was in office, we used to hear all these little talking points to try to convince the American people, we should stay over there. They hate us for our freedom. We're fighting them over there, so we don't have to fight them over here. They're going to get us in the grocery stores. At least Obama has the sense not to do that.
I got a question for you, though. What do you think Sun Tzu would say to that? I don't think Sun Tzu would say, go fight your enemy on their ground. I think Sun Tzu would say, let them come to you. If you know they're going to come and you can anticipate their attack, we'd have home field advantage if they were here.
Let me tell you, I do a lot of reading, and The Art of War is one of my favorite books. It's one of those books you read it 100 times, you take notes because there's things you missed or didn't understand. Yeah, I fully agree with you. I mean, I think that a lot of the stuff we do is stuff that he would have advised against, and yeah, I don't think it's a good idea.
No, absolutely. I mean, if we knew they were going to come here and we have, all the tracking and we listen to phones and let's just say all the stuff that people say isn't conspiracy theory, the verified things, like we know they listen to phone calls, we know there's RFID tracking chips and passports, and we can do trends, we know there's listening centers. It's really dumb to go over there and spend all this money when we have problems with infrastructure and
right.
We can't even get our own shit together here, and we have such major problems that need addressing here. I don't know.
Well, one of the amazing things to me is people always talk about how the deficit is projected to be $16 trillion, if not now in the next 10 years, and people don't seem to realize that Obama was just the guy in office when the bill showed up. I mean, most of the war in Afghanistan, most of the war in Iraq, that was, Bush's war, and if people want to talk about this huge deficit we have, I hope these are people who openly supported neither war.
I agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly, and I think that one of the interesting things about this election is it's like two different colors of bags of M&Ms. We're pretty much getting about the same deal. They say they want to get rid of Obamacare, but yet their plan is pretty much the exact same thing. And there's not a whole lot of ground where we're going to get something different. So, I don't know.
I've actually taken to calling it Romney care, but I feel like the only difference would be that, Romney's plan really doesn't cover people with whatever it is, you know what I'm saying?
Pre-existing conditions, yeah.
Pre-existing conditions. Romney's plan pretty much says if you already have insurance and you have, pre-existing conditions, you can keep your insurance, but if you lose it and you try to get new insurance, if you can't pay the premiums, if you switch jobs or something, you're pretty much screwed. Whereas in Obama's plan, it's actually covered and everything makes sense, how it's paid for. And, I think Romney's plan, is slightly different from Obama's. I also don't understand how Romney would go about overturning a Supreme Court decision and I don't understand what he would replace it with if he was able to repeal it somehow.
I like watching Jon Stewart and The Daily Show and all those because they rip Romney really, really well. Like,
Right.
they showed a clip of Ryan on the news, and when they asked him to get into details, he just said he didn't have time for that. And
I saw
then
that.
they'll show, yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I like listening to, Jon Stewart occasionally. I'm more of a Bill Maher guy, but it's pretty much the same deal.
Yeah, it is. And I think, I don't know, Romney has done nothing but backtrack. And I think the one strong suit Obama's had throughout this election is, even though he hasn't done the best job, at least he's not swapping stories all the time. He's been consistent with his message.
Right.
He's taken accountability for what he didn't do. And I don't know, I don't think anybody really could have done better. He maybe hyped himself up too much when he got in office, though.
Well, I think the other thing was that, if you or I would have ran for office, we would have seemed hyped up, just saying that, hey, we won't be this dumb moron George W. Bush. I don't know. Did you see today that Romney's come out now and he said that if he's elected president, he won't get rid of Planned Parenthood. Apparently now he's pro-choice and he's no longer anti-abortion.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, this came out in the news today. Romney did an interview, and it's just another issue that he's flip-flopped on for no reason.
Oh, I want to give a voice out to the Bob USMC in the chat room and go over some of his comments. He's saying, Obama is the biggest thief in world history. What an a-hole Obama is. Yay, Obama. Obama, I'm going to be physically responsible, unlike my predecessor. And then he goes on to, Bill Maher's the biggest douchebag on TV. He's a self-absorbed, self-important dick with a short guy complex. Bill Maher is a dick. I have an interview on my YouTube channel that you can just go to YouTube and type in the Dr. John Show, but don't put any spaces. And it's actually of Bill Maher. And the Bill Maher in public, when someone caught him off the street and had an interview with him, is not the Bill Maher you see on TV. There's no hair gel. He just has a hat on. Like, he's probably a nice guy, but he has to be a shitbag when he's on his show because that's what he gets paid for.
Listen, I worked on a TV show, and the accountant there also worked on Bill Maher's Politically Incorrect, and I think Real Time with Bill Maher previously, and she said, Bill Maher, he is a dick sometimes. But I'd like to respond to the guy in the chat room because we're arguing two different things, and I think this is what happens a lot of the time in this country. You and I are arguing against the policies of Mitt Romney, right? This guy who's anti-Obama isn't arguing against Obama's policies. He's just name-calling and personally attacking him. Those two things aren't even things.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. That's crazy.
And to be honest with you, like I said before, I don't even know that I dislike Mitt Romney as a person. I just don't like his political views. He's probably a nice guy. I mean, he's a great family man. I just don't want him as president. I would
agree with you. I think Mitt Romney, he seems like a great family man, a decent businessman. And I don't think his business practices are the best. He's exported a lot of jobs to China or helped do it with the companies he's funded. But I don't see anything presidential about him. Like when he's on TV, I don't even care. I thought the debate was funny because it was almost like I don't know. Obama showed up and just didn't care.
This is my theory. And I had this theory on my show. If you remember way back in the day when he ran against Hillary and the importance of Super Tuesday because he had just lost, like Obama was beating Hillary and then Hillary came back and beat him in the state and how important Super Tuesday was. And I remember at that same time Obama half-jokingly saying that, well, he didn't get a chance to play basketball and that's kind of his trick. And I felt like, it was his anniversary. Michelle wanted to spend time with him. He didn't get a chance to play basketball. And then he goes out there and, Romney didn't show up. But the guy who showed up was also the guy who was trying to get to the left of Obama.
Yeah, I don't know if we can get Bob USMC to call and click with his comments about Obama or, to get his point of view. on Obama, but if we can, it's 909-533-8302. I agree, with both perspectives. If I had a choice between, not having Obama or Romney, I guess we could just go back to writing in. I know Roseanne Barr is doing a write-in campaign.
Yeah.
So that would be one thing.
The one thing that I would mention, though, is that the only thing that, that probably Democrats as well, but certainly the only thing that Republicans hate worse than, the status quo would be an independent getting in there. And if you don't think that the Republicans have been willing to work with Obama, imagine a third-party candidate getting elected. I mean, it's great for Roseanne or Ron Paul or any of these guys to actually make sense and speak on issues and have me agree with them, but when they get in office, they don't have the teammates to play ball and get things done.
I wish they would talk about real issues. Like, to me, and I know there's lots of people who think Medicare is an issue, and that's great, or Medicaid and Social Security and all that, but I feel like there's more global issues that affect everybody that they don't even touch on, and that it's kind of disappointing to me, because I like to hear their opinions on them.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of turned into to American Idol in a sense. To some degree, it's not about who sings better; it's about who sings the songs that are more popular, and that's why people bring up bullshit, or I don't know what your rating is on this show, but bull issues.
That's almost verbatim what the Wall Street Journal said, was that it's a popularity contest now. It has nothing to do with what they're actually going to do.
Right. Well, I think I have to say, though, I mean, I don't know if you've read any of these articles about the things that Obama promised when he ran for president, and, like, he's delivered on, like, 90-something% of the things he campaigned on.
941 area code. I don't mean to cut you off there. 941 area code. You're on with the Dr. Jones Show.
Oh, hey. All right. I know you're cutting it short here, but I was just browsing around Blog Talk Radio, and it was just what you were just saying captured me, because I just finished interviewing 50-plus independent third-party candidates. If you don't mind me plugging real quick, you can watch them all at libertarianprogressive.com. But actually, I think Obama broke his pledge against the having the individual mandates. That was in a debate against Hillary Clinton, where he kind of put her down for that. The civil liberties, the NDAA, the wars, the Patriot Act signing statements, not having insiders or lobbyists inside his administration. And he wasn't going to prosecute the drug war. Yeah.
He specifically said several things and then said, if this doesn't happen, I'll be a one-term president. He's on video saying it. But obviously it was rhetoric, because he's still running and shaking.
Well, let me tell you, I know you've got like 2 minutes. What he meant when he said, if I don't achieve these things, I'll be a one-term president, he was saying if he wasn't able to achieve those things, he thought the people would vote him out. He wasn't making a statement that if he didn't achieve those things, he wouldn't run again. So he is running again, and, I mean, the people still have that option on the table to get rid of him if they want to.
That seems like wordplay, and it's open to interpretation, though. Like, you could read it either way.
Yeah, he's letting people know that he understands. Like he actually, that's the worst part. I mean, he's a constitutional scholar. He understands that he should be voted out, yet he's still doing it anyways. So the fact that he actually understands, maybe Bush was just acting dumb. It's almost like they're asking you not to vote for them again. It's like maybe somehow they have some kind of secret deal where, the only way they can stop is to get. They're doing everything they can for you not to vote for them, but people still do anyways.
And I'm in the chime for 60 seconds in my ear, so I'd like to invite all of you back tomorrow so we can do the same thing. It'll be following all the other two shows, so we'll probably do 2:30 again if that's cool with everybody. Thanks very much for listening, and special thanks to Desert Rose. Go vote for her. And Prankville USA on their election. And Todd, thanks for showing up. And everybody, thanks a lot. It's a great show.
All right, thank you. Bye.